welcome to another amazing day at fmtraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I am here with the wonderful Nick Hunter for day 2 of Nick's fantastic solving complex with simple reasoning in the FileMaker, which is really cool, and all of Nick's wonderful tips and tricks, and also like going through the reasoning of how to deal with stuff when FileMaker can't. Doesn't have immediate obvious answer, which Nick is exceptional at, so it's be very cool. Real quick, we stream on 3 platforms. We stream on YouTube, we stream on Discord, and we stream on Twitch. Please talk to us. Part of our goal here is to make a really fantastic FileMaker community. Even if like the conversation is quiet, like I know that Twitch is generally pretty quiet, I watch all those things and I look for questions. So feel free to say comments, make questions, ask stuff. It's all great. Real quick, we're going to cover the future of our schedule. Okay. So you've got Nick today and tomorrow, and then Friday, Kyle's back for Execute SQL for Advanced FileMaker Developers. Monday is our last round with the wonderful Nick Hunter. And then Tuesday, Wednesday are beginnings of Christian going over some Wolfpack updates. So there'll be some add-on updates he wants to talk about, and also he's got a new product that he'll announce. I don't know how new it is, actually. I've been hearing about it. I don't know how new it is. But that on Thursday, which is not up here in the schedule yet. So that'll be really cool. Feel free to check in for that. Real quick, oh, that's the wrong button. A reminder that we do this 5 days a week for free. And if you are like, oh, well, this is cool, but I want to support the channel, or oh, like I like these topics, but I actually want to learn more about cloud or server or WebDirect or Go, or pick the topic. There's a whole lot of them. We have 100+ hours of high energy video training content. One comes with FileMaker, one comes with not. It's a subscription. You unlock all of our video training, of which there is staggering amounts. It's going to be either Nick or Richard for most of the training content, so you know it's going to be entertaining, like unequivocally. So, because you're like, when you're like, oh, it's video training, it can be boring. It is not boring, I promise you. And also, my last spiel for today, if you're like, I would like to pass the certification test sometime this century. We have the special high-intensity training FileMaker certification, don't think about that acronym too hard, of January 10th through 14th. Basically, this is going to be a paid live stream. I don't know what to call it. It's not a live stream. We still have live streams these days, but basically it's going to be like a paid course, live course for basically going over the entire certification test and just discussing what you need to study, what you need to look out for. Things like that will be really interesting to discuss. Basically, Richard's goal is to get people to pass the certification test as much as possible. You only need about 62% to pass the dang thing. So it's very doable. Difficult still because it's FileMaker and there's a lot, but doable. So we're going to be doing that as of January. You can get it with the bundle if you buy the bundle or have the bundle. Or otherwise you can buy it straight. If you're like, I don't need that video training, I just need this. You can just buy it straight here. So feel free to go to that on our website. With that, we are good, I think. Nick, what are we doing today?
Sorry. Today we doing the continuity of the the second day of this series of 4 days, right? Resolve complexity with simplicity with simplistic reasoning. It's something I want to talk about a long time. So I think I have a good example. We're going to talk about that more today. Yesterday we were talking about using FileMaker in a way that can support what you want to do, right? So yesterday by what's the name? Just by using the name of the naming the name of the fields, the field naming could be part of our technique to support your effort, right? So yesterday we saw that. So let me start right quick here and just share the screen and do this. So yesterday, we saw that by when you have something, we want to resolve something. So we want to resolve that we have 62 fields, and we need to create 62 fields, and each field has things here in the calculated values, and you don't want to do 62 times editing the field, which is a pain. It's very hard. So or if you want to do like a one modification, it's kind of it's very difficult. So what you do, you you have one field and you duplicate it, and the name of the field will give you, we drive what will be the result of the calculation, just the name of the field, right? So we are going to continue like this. But yesterday I was talking to somebody, and I wanted to show you something that something that I like to do, right? So let's say, for example, I put Nick here in the comment, right? So in the comment of the field, I put Nick, right? So I have a comment of the field. So if I can go there, and type here field comments, for example, so you can get the comments of one field. Which field I use? I don't remember. Which field was it? I don't remember. So you have a field comment here. Oh, yeah, field comment Nick. Okay. So you have here, you can go and fetch, you can go and fetch, or the file name. Do I need the file name here? And the field name, get field name. And I think I need to do this. Yeah. So you can go and fetch the comment you have in the field. So let's say you have a calc here, right? You go in the field definition, you want to change something, you want to put March here, right? So you change this and you have March. So you say, okay, why you use this? Why you use it? Oh, most of the time I use this for this. And this is amazing. So let's say, I want to do this, right? Or here. And I want to select all those, right? And I want to put a tooltip on those, right? But I don't want the tooltip to be something I want to type or something like a tooltip. A tooltip most of the time won't change, like with the field, right? It's tied to the field. So if you don't have a tooltip, data oriented, like you don't want a tooltip of what you have inside, but what it's about. You want a tooltip of what it's about the field. So you can use that technique, So you say, okay, field comments, right? The file name, you don't need that. And unless you want to go to another file, but I want to get inside this file here, and you need to use the get field name and take the, and here in that particularity, I can do self. Okay, so here now I select all the 31 fields like this, right? And now I have a tooltip working here. It's it should be working. Does it work? Okay. Why? So, and but you got the point here. I don't know why it doesn't work. Do I have to do this? Normally I shouldn't do this, but it's okay. Yeah, I need to point. I cannot use self. Yeah, because self gets the content of the, yeah. So I cannot use self. I need to do it. But you got the point. So the advantage of doing this is that if you want to change the tooltip on this, right? You have the tooltip, you want to change the tooltip, you go there and you put the tooltip, this is the first day of the month, okay? So you have a comment, so you have, first of all, you have a comment in your schema, and at the same time you use the comment here, and now you have this. Okay, this is the first day of the month. So this is what some tips like this, sometimes it's useful to use those techniques here. So, but I want to continue. So yesterday we saw about, let me remove those stuff in the middle. So yeah. So yesterday we renamed the fields to get the auto entry calculation working. But as you can see here, I have a lot of going on in terms of conditional formatting. I have a conditional formatting for Sundays, and I have conditional formatting for day offs, for vacations, So how we can do this without making this a pain, because you have, like I said, we have 32 fields here, and you have 31 field here, and 31 field here. So that's 62 field in total. You don't want to go there 62 times and do this twice 62 times, right? You want to have something where you can just go and do it once. So we use exactly the same technique here, okay? So first of all, here, for example, I want to define what is a Sunday. Sunday is the first day of the week. FileMaker starts the week with Sunday, okay? So if you go, this is important to know. If you go there, right, and you get, you have a date, for example, so you get day of week. This is the day of week. This is what they will tell you which day you are. For example, today, get current date. Today is 4. Okay, so it is 4 because we start with Sunday. Sunday is first. So Sunday, we are Wednesday, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4. Okay, so this is it. So the day of week starts with 1, right? And the day 7 is the 7th day is Saturday. Okay, so that's why in my calc here, in my conditional formatting, I want to say here that Sunday is the number 1. Okay, so the first day, and of course, I like I said, like I did yesterday, right? About Monday, like I did. It's taking the right word of the field name. Okay, so for example, here is day 1, so the right word will be 1. So I'm taking the first word from the right, so the 1 is considered as a word, and I'm constructing. I say, okay, get the field name day 1, day 10, day 11 based on, okay, based on the name of the field. In that case, if the day of week, right? If the day of week of the field name is the this and number of this field, if I'm getting the content of this field, get field, or you need to know that. What's the difference between get field and get field name? So it's something I want to get field, right? And you point to the field will return. Oh yeah, sorry. Get field name. He's taking the content. So he's going to get the field content. So why you need to do this? Okay, what you need to do this? You need to do this when you want to force the evaluation. You want to force an evaluation of something. You need to say get the field, and you can get the field contents. Okay, because you could say this, directly, but in some case, like the conditional formatting, you need to say get the field. FileMaker, most of the time, when it says to get the field name like this, when you say get field name, most of the time you need to use the get field name function. Okay, most of the time. So I'm getting the content of the field. Get field name, as it says. Okay, I'm getting the field name, right? So most of the time, the get field needs to be used with the get field name inside, right? So something I want to explain to make the thing to understand. But here, what is important to see here is how I'm doing this. So I'm getting the content of the field that and I want the field based on the self. So self, on the conditional formatting will apply to the objects that is applied. So, conditional formatting, you can apply conditional formatting to any object that contains text. Okay. So a button contains text, you can apply conditional formatting because you have text. You have text here on the button. You have text, what's the name, on the button bar. You have text on many things, but you cannot have a conditional formatting on the square. It doesn't work. You don't have conditional formatting here. You have conditional formatting here because you have text. So on text, you can have a conditional formatting, right? You can have on text, you can have a conditional formatting on text, on button because you have text, on button bar because you have text, okay? But you cannot have that, you cannot have a conditional formatting on the slide control because you don't have text. You don't have, oh yeah, but yeah, this is different. The what's the name? The slide control is a bad example. But anyway, you need to have text to have conditional formatting. So, and a field, but by definition, the field has text. So field is good, but when you will use the self on the conditional formatting, you will apply, the self will apply to the content of the field, okay, or can apply to the field itself, to to what the field is, to the object constitution, okay, to the object structure. So everything, the conditional formatting can have access, So the field name, I can use the self, I can use this, okay. The content of data, I can use self, like I do here, because here, right, what I'm doing here, I'm getting the contents. I'm getting the data of the field based on the name. Okay, this is what I'm doing here, right? I have the field on the name. I have the name field, right? The field name, and then I want to get the data inside. So first I get the name of the field based on self, right? And then I'm getting what inside the field based on get field. And then I'm pointing this and I'm saying, okay, if the day of the week of the date that is inside that field that I tell you with the name, then if it's one, then you put whatever conditional I have here, right? And I'm doing the same here with an example, a different example, okay? So the same as a continuity of what I was doing, what I was saying on Monday is the list of values. Remember, I told you, with FileMaker, you need to come to the value list, to the list of values, to the list of values. Everything you need to do here, when you have calculation, you need to extract things in the list of value, always. Because when you do this, you can use all those goodness, the unique values. For example, give you an example. Let's say you have 2 million records, and you have a on 2 million records, 10, or let's say you have 100 records, and 100 records you have 98 records the same, right? But you just want to know what the difference between the two, right? Okay, so unique value, that's what it's doing. But unique value, you cannot have a unique record. Doesn't exist. You don't have unique record. You don't have right record or middle record or left record or get record. You don't have this, right? So, but you have get value. You have filter value. You have filters. You have all the count of the value. So now you understand the benefits you get on extracting a font set into a list. This is what I'm doing here. Here I have the list of holidays. Okay, so I have somewhere, here I have the holidays. This is my holidays. This is my list of holidays. Okay, I have the dates and what it is. Okay, that's the holiday. So thanks to that list, I can extract that list, right? So here I'm extracting that list of holidays. Bam. So this is what I have. Okay. So I have the list of holidays. So I'm going to explain that. But let's say I have a list of holidays, and then based on those values, I can decide which one is an holidays not. Okay. So this is just to demonstrate how you can um, do something like this just by the name of the field. All of this is possible because I have the field name. Same thing. Right word, get field name, self one. So I'm isolating the name of the field, right? So like this, right? So get value. I'm getting the value of this and this, right? So and then I'm putting the color I want. So do we have any questions so far?
We have two, actually. So I'm going to go back to the first one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dirk, can you use a virtual list in the comments for multi-language?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's something is possible. And because I have somebody I'm doing coaching with from what's the name from Switzerland. Switzerland, they have three languages. The Italian, French, and German. So by law, they need to have everything they do in three languages. This is by law, right? So you could do this. Yeah, you could do, for example, they. I like to use this character as a separator. Okay, so because it's paragraph, or you can use this one if you want, because this one, let's play a little bit. Day, jour, that French. Okay, let's play like this. Day, jour, dia, uh, option, okay, dia, that Spanish, and de jour and giorno, Italian. Okay, so de jour, dia, giorno. I have four languages here, right? English, French, Spanish, and Italian. So if I'm doing this like this, normally, okay, let's play a little bit. I love doing this. Normally, I'm not doing that live, but let's do it. So I have this field content, this field comment stuff. So I don't care the name, and I say get field name, and I want this one. Okay. So this is what I have, but okay, this normally I should be able to extract this, so I can do an evaluation on this. It doesn't do it. I want to make it like a separator, right? I want to. Yeah, I can do a substitute. I would have done that with another character normally, but search for string this and replace by this, because it's I don't understand why it's not doing it. I think it's because I should use my why it's not doing it. Why it's not I should use the character I'm using always to do this. Let's change it here. Normally I should be able to have different language here using this technique here. Normally I'm not doing this live, but it's okay. I should be able to change this to substitute to get. Oh, my bad. I put that in the wrong place. That's why it doesn't work. Okay. So I will do this. Substitute this. I replace this character with this one. Okay. So now I have this. So now you got it. Okay. You want French? Okay. Get value. of this, I want what? French. I want English, French, Spanish, Italian. It's cool. So you just, for example, you just need to say here which one you want, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for example, let's say I have a global variable, okay, at the beginning, at the beginning, at the beginning. So you have this at the beginning. I have a language. I have a language number, okay, language number. So this is a global variable that I have at the beginning, right? Other, so I have what's the name? And I can do that here. I can just do this. Okay. So look how it works. So, oops. So at the beginning, so I can have a let function here with let function, and I said this equal 1, for example. So it's day, because I said at the beginning I have this. You have a starter script that says, okay, 1 is English, right? And then you can change it and say 2 now is French, and 3 now it's Spanish. So you can have dia with David. I'm very David says I put the accent. First of all, I'm French from origin from France. France, we have many accents, and we have more accent than we have this one. We have those. So that, and I know the shortcuts. By the way, we have these accents like this, and we have this accent like this. So I know the shortcut. Normally on the French keyboard, you have all those letters ready, right? But so that's why I do it, because I know the thing. But anyway, yes. So you understand that it's a good. Actually, it's what I should. You know what? I should sell this because I just give you a good way to do translation. Can you imagine? That's cool. You put that on you copy this, and you can see the translation here, right? You see the translation. So if you want to translate, if you want to translate everything, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Why is so slow suddenly? I think I crashed my FileMaker. No, okay. So, but it's a good thing. So let's. It's good.
And then we have one more question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is there a reason you didn't set field name equal to get field name parentheses self?
I did it here. Yeah, I did it here. Get field name self. You mean on the other one? Yeah, I use this. Oh, no, because okay. Mine, okay. That should be, I named it, this is wrongly named. I should have said, it's a good example of why this technique is fabulous. I made a mistake here because most of the time when you build a calculation like this, it's an evolution. You start and you move and you change and you improve and you change and you move and you remove and you okay. So it's an evolution. It's not something you come blam and you put like this, right? And this is not named correctly. It's not named field name. It's not field name. Get field. It's not. It's field content. So it's a field content. So this is field content. Okay. So, but do you want to do that 32 times? So you want to open this 32 times? No, you want to select everything, okay, and make it working, right? So that's what you want to do. You want to do this, make the change in 1, right, and it work, okay? That's what you want to do. Bam, bam, and it work. So it was field content. That was the field the label. The label of the constant was wrong. Was okay. So let's continue and do something. Let's follow. So now I want to start with the goodness on this. Okay. The original problem we have here, the original problem we have here is that we need to do something smart. Okay. So let's take an Excel spreadsheet, for example. Do I have Excel here? Yeah, normally I should have Excel. I want to do something here. Let's go back to my shifts. I want to build a shift, with 2 days. There's three guys, I have three guys. Three guys. The first guy do the morning for 2 days, and then the second guy do the afternoon for 2 days, and the third guy is off for 2 days. Then the first guy after 2 days of the morning, he has to do 2 days of afternoon. And the second guy, he was doing the afternoon, so now I want him to be off. And the guy that was off, now I want him to do the morning because he was off. Okay. So, and etc. 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 So you can see it's kind of how it's following like this. When one two off, and the other one 2 off 1, the other one off 1 2. Okay. So how it was built before, it was a nightmare. First of all, it was a extremely super duper complicated SQL statement, and it was taking like between 2 and 5 minutes to generate this for 3 people, and it was very badly executed. Okay, so I'm not but I need to. Okay, we need to be fair. This is not something you can tackle if you're not at a certain level of understanding with FileMaker. Okay. On top of it, you really need to change your mind and to change the way you think things. Okay. It's important, and that's why I wanted to do that webinar. So now it's very important what I'm going to tell you, because it's the day where I will potentially change your life. So it's important for me not to mess it up, okay? Because I want to tell about this. I want to speak about this. You will never ever find any place in the world where you are going to hear that. So that's why I'm saying, okay, stop everything you do and listen. Okay. At the beginning of this Monday, I told you that the FileMaker has fundamentals. They have what I call basic elements, like fire, air, fire, water. Okay. So we have basic elements. The basic elements, the 4 elements that FileMaker has is table, fields, records, and values. So that are the 4. Okay, the 4. You cannot have a value without a field. You cannot have a field without a table. Okay, etc. Right. So everything you do with FileMaker, everything you do, it needs to be down to that level of simplicity. I mean, you need to go back there. You need to you cannot do anything complex if what you want to the data you have is not put on a support, right? FileMaker has those support, the tables. That's why they call that table, by the way, is to put something. You have the table, and you have the fields, right? And So and you have the values. So why I'm saying this is because you cannot resolve something like this if you don't put this on the record level. So everything you do, it needs to be a record. As much as you can, it needs to be a record. This morning I was doing something like this. You know, the guy was telling me, "Oh yeah, I just need a value list of five. I need a value list of 5 type of how I'm paying my employees." I said, "No, you don't need a value list of this. No, you need records with IDs. Why records? Because you are going to attach, you are going to rely, to link many things to that, and you are going to have a reference to that all the time. You need to reference this. Okay. In that case here, it was the same. Before they were using this as a record. This is a record, okay? This is one record. So I have 3 records. See, you can one record. Those columns here is that what we call rotated table reporting, okay? So, but it's a table at the origin. Rotated table means table. You have table on rotated table, okay? So before they didn't do that. Before it was something terrible. It was a repeating field. So that was a mistake. A repeating field doesn't exist. A repeating field is a fake news. It's fake. It's not existing. A repeating field, it's an abomination that FileMaker built in the 80s, and we have to carry with us. Okay, yes, it is useful, blah, blah. I know. But originally, if you use that as it was intended in 1987 or something like that when it came out, if you use repeating field for that purpose, that means replacing of poll, replacing of records. That's what it is. Okay, you are replacing records by the same field repeated. Okay, if you do this, you will always be, at one point you will be, screwed. I tell you right now, I can take the bet, no problem. So you cannot use repeating field here. It needs to be records. Why? Because the records, it's where I can use that as values. I cannot have, such kind of complex, when you have a lot of fields like when you have a lot of things like this, you have 32 times data multiplied by 3 guys. So you have a potentially of 93 values. You need to put that. You cannot carry that on the hand. It's like you imagine your hands. You have your hands, and you can carry some stuff. You can carry some stuff. At one point, yeah, you can have bags or boxes, and you can have 2 or 3 boxes in your hands like this, or 2 or 3 bags like this in your hands. But that's it. Otherwise, you need a counter or a table where you need to put that. And FileMaker offers you the possibility to lay down your stuff, when you have a lot of things that called table fields records, right? So you need to put that down to the record level. Okay. When you have down on the record level, you can take it off, and put them in the air as a value. Okay. So that's why here, what you are seeing here, it's a record. Okay. So it's a record. I have the dates here with the name of the guy, and I have a bunch of IDs, because this is what we want to do. We want to link things together, right? So the basic here is to create the month. I need to create the month. The month is the process is this. I have a guy that will work a month. So Here, for example, I have three guys, right? 1, 2, 3. And they work 1, 2, 3. They work a month. So top of the line, of the top of the food chain is the guy. The guy is top of the food chain, the other guy. Then each guy is working a month. What is a month? A month is a X number of days. That's the definition of month, right? Okay. So I need to create the X number of days for each guy. That the logic, you put the logic, you have a logic reasoning. You put on the table, or okay, I have three guys. Okay. And I have 1 month. What is the month? The month is 30, 31, 28 days, right? So, and each guy has this. So you remember at school, I don't know, in France we had a lot of this. And it's forging you your brain doing things. The half spheric tank with a faucet that's produced like a 20 gallon of water in 2 hours. You have those problems. Like a logic problem to solve. On the calculus kind of course, class. Okay, so we had a lot of this in France. So there's a technique for that to solve this kind of problem. You lay down on the paper. Okay, you have a spherical, half spheric. So you do everything, and because it's half spheric at the end, you divide it by 2. Okay, so you say, okay, spherical tank, and the faucet 20 minutes and 5 gallon, and you need to know how many times you need to fill up the tank, right? So it's this here with FileMaker, you need to use the same reasoning, the same technique. Okay, I have three guys. They have 1 month. What is a month? 31 days, 30 days, whatever. And you continue like that, and you go down. So you put down the logic. So, and then you have FileMaker, okay, that will follow your logic. FileMaker is very human, by the way. Wise, because it has been invented by a human reasoning. So it's not different than your brain. Most of the time when you think FileMaker is not thinking like you, is because you're not thinking right. So it's true. So here, for example, let's solve that problem now. What I need to do, okay, so let's destroy this. Delete all. What did I say? I said I have the guys, right? Okay, so I'm creating the guys. Alex, Danielle, and Nick. I have my 3 guys. Okay? So far, so good. So in my food chain, I create the 3 guys. Now, what do I need to do? I need to extract some data, okay, but I need to. We're going to dig more in the how to build this later. I'm explaining, I'm exposing, I'm laying down the reasoning, okay, the technique behind. It's different, and then I have a perform script on server, right, that we generate the month days. Okay, that's all. That's all what I'm doing. So first, I created the 3 guys. Second, I have a script that I'm going to generate the month day. So I execute this. Bam. So as you can see here, I have something moved here, right? So what did I do here? What did I do? So first of all, we need to sort by this. Okay. What did I do? I created the days. So the script here, now if I go to calendar, you will see that I have a bunch of records. Sorry, FileMaker. I have a bunch of records empty. So I have my 93 records. Why 93? Is 3 times 31, right? So here I have empty records, just with the name of the guy, just with the name of the guy. I don't have more. Okay. The information I have here is I am in a shift 3 by 2 because this is what I decided before, right? So I have the shifts. I have the employee ID. Why? Because I know it. I have my three guys. Alex, Daniel, and Nicholas. I have my scheduling ID. Okay. What the scheduling ID is? Is this one, right? And I have the shift ID, right? The shift ID is this, a 3 by 2. A shift ID 3 by 2. That's the shift ID. So that's all what I have for the moment. I don't have anything else because it's not. I don't know the T1, T2, and day off yet. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm just creating the name. I'm just creating I'm just creating the what's the name? Days. The 31 days. Right. And Monday I explain how I'm doing this, right? So that I can, just for reminder, how we generate the month days. But we are going to dig more. But I explained that I was using, the technique of the day, the next month plus -1. Next month, get me to the next month minus 1 day. Take me to the first day of next month and remove 1 day, and then you have how long the current month is the length of the month. How many days? 30 days, 31, or 28, or 29. So I'm creating here 31 day per guy. So here the first loop is 1, 2, 3. Is going to do first guy, then he's going to do 31 of this, 31 of this. Then he's going to the second guy, and he's doing 31 of this. He's going to the second guy, and he's doing 31 of this. The 1, 2, and 3, right? So I'm counting. It's very simple to do something like this. I'm counting here. I have 2 value counts. First value is a list of scheduling. So that means the list of how many guys I have. 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 guys. So the value counts will be 3 guys. And the value count on this is how many days do I have. So everything here is important to know that. Okay. I told you that everything needs to be a list of value. Okay, I'm telling you that all the time. It needs to be a list of value. Why? Because look how super easy it is to count how many guys I have without having crazy relationship or crazy SQL. Okay, I don't need. Why? This script is the one that generates the calendar. Okay, so I'm sending to the generate month days, I'm sending a parameter. What is the parameter? The current month, that easy. The ID of schedulings, the ID of employees, and the IDs, because I have multiple here. So this is a good technique I'm using, a naming technique, to understand that this will receive multiple value, this will receive 1 value. Why? Because I have a S here. So this is multiple IDs. Okay, this is 1. And this is 1. And this is Z at the end. So I know this is a list. Okay. So what the current month? Current month, okay, it's a month number. It's a something, okay. Scheduling ID, what it is? Okay. It's a list of, okay, so I'm taking the list of, so what I'm doing here, I'm extracting records into values. This is what I'm doing. I'm changing the status of records into values. For that, there's one thing, we have one way to do that. It's the list of summary fields. Okay? So the list of summary field will we extract the current uh, found sets into, what's the name, list of value demonstration, list of scheduling. I have free. And now that I have this, I have all the goodness. Value count, free. Get value. I want get value of this. I want the value 1, 2, free. I have the middle values of this. And I want from the second, and I want 1. Or from the second, I want 2, right? So now you have extraordinary tools, right, to get the count, the extraction, and you can do whatever you want. The unique, you have unique value count. You have plenty of goodness because I extract the data in a list of value. So now I can do whatever I want. So I do this. So what I'm doing here. So why I'm doing this? Why I'm because I don't want, I want to be able to transform each of those. I want that to be a value. So this is multiple value. Pretty much I'm doing my own JSON technique here, but I'm not using JSON. So I'm substituting this, right? So why I'm doing this? Okay. It's a very important thing. So that's why this webinar lasts 4 days, is because I'm going to dig on all the details. So why I'm doing this? Okay. Why I'm doing like this? So let's run this. Okay. So let's run this. So I'm doing this. Okay. So now I have those, and I have the parameter. So I have those. So why I'm doing this? Okay. So if I go there, so I have all of those schedule IDs, employee. So, and I have here, I have the one that is the most interesting of all, is this. I have the schedulings. See, I have one value, and I have my separator. So this now is considered as one value. This is considered as one thing, so I can extract it. Demonstration. I have here my parameters. Okay. And I want the first parameter, get value, and I want the first, the second, the fourth, and the fourth. But the second, it's an array. It's an array. I have multiple value, but it is impossible. This can be 3, can be 4, can be 10, can be 2 million, can be 1, can be, okay. So I have no way to control, to know in advance how many I will have. So I can say extract my second. The first is it's easy. You have 1. The fourth is easy. You have 1. But the 2 and the 3, you can have multiple and you don't know how much. So you can do this, and you can say substitute. So you're going to remove this, the separator, and put by the value separators, the separator that FileMaker will consider as a value creation, which is this one. So now I've backed my values, and I can do something even crazier. I can say I want from my list, I want the value number 1 or 2 or 3. But originally it wasn't. So you understand here how I'm doing this. So now I'm going to come back on this technique here, because it's a good way to send parameters to to another to send parameter to a script, right? So we have a question here. Does the solution account for a staff member becoming ill and has to be replaced midweek. Yeah, of course. Okay, I'm I'm building it. I'm building now that you can change the shift of somebody in the middle and reshuffle completely. Add a fourth guy. You can add a fourth guy that will replace the guy, and yeah, it's part of what I need to build. I'm doing it. I'm in the middle of building it. So now that I'm extracting this. I'm sending to to my script here. I'm sending all what I need to send. Okay. So here I have, and here I'm doing the opposite. So I replace the carriage return. When I send the parameter, I replace the carriage return by this character to make it only one value. And then I'm doing the opposite. I'm replacing this character by the carriage return to remake it a list of value. So now that I have this, you understand what I'm doing here. It's very simple because I'm going to show you how to debug what's the name? A perform script on server. Okay. So which is the number no, it's the number either A. Okay, so I'm changing that to the A. So I'm creating a new window. Okay, so this I'm going to deactivate. I'm going to the new window. I perform script on server. I perform script, not perform script on server, perform script with exactly the same parameters, with everything the same. Okay. And now I can debug it. That is it. So let's do it. Let's debug. So I'm doing ding, 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 parameter, new window, right? Perform. Okay. Now I am in the script that normally runs on server, right? So you remember that my script parameters, okay? That my script parameter. Get script parameter will send me this to the script, right? So now I'm creating a bunch of local variable. I'm extracting the first parameter. I'm extracting the second parameter, and I'm doing it. I'm cracking the array. Here the same. I'm cracking the array. And then I have the fourth parameter. And then here, so how it looks. So I have this list of employees now. Remember? So list of scheduling IDs now is this. Now it is back a list of value. Okay. So, and I have the list of days. What the list of days? The list of days is this. So I build my month. My month is already built as value. Why I'm using this is because, as I said since the beginning, values, I have plenty of goodness on the value level, on doing things like this. Not forget about. Hold on. I didn't create one record so far. I didn't create one record. Everything is in memory, and everything is in a variable. Everything is values. It's text, pretty much. I didn't create one field, one record. I didn't create one record for that. So list of days. So what the list of days? So what is the list of days? The list of days. Where is the list of day? Is this? Okay. So I have a tail recursive function, which is, I should change it as a while function, but it's still a tail recursive function. So I'm not going to explain what a tail recursive function, but I'm not going to tell you how to build one, but I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a function that repeats itself until a point where you say stop. It's a function that will continue to run like it's a recurring function. It's a looping recurring function, and will stop when you ask it to stop. And now here I have one that counts from one date to one date to another date, and will create the number of days necessary. Like for example, you want to create a list from the 1st to the 31. It will create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will create all the days you need. So this here. So to get that, I have my recursive function that do this for me. From the 1st to the 31. So I have my days. So now it's super freaking easy to create my stuff. So look how it works. I prepare everything in my variable. Everything is on the table. Remember I told you how to resolve a problem to put that on the table. I have everything. I know how many days I have. I have 31 days. I know it. I know, what's the name? I have 3 guys. I have 3 guys. Free. Value count free. 31 days. Okay. I have my list of days. This is my month. Okay. I have my list of employees. I have my list of scheduling. I have my list of everything. Everything is on the table. Bam, 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 bam. And now, okay, I can just do this. Okay. I can just do this. Okay, what, get value, okay, of the list of days, and I want list of days, and I want the day 1. I might put the wrong list of day list. Oh, yeah. See, this is the problem. When you do a mistake like this, okay. Why I never saw that. Why this didn't break my script is because when you create a variable, always when you need to reference this variable somewhere else, use copy and paste. Always. Even though you can type it, no, never do it. Always copy and paste. That's why I copy and paste the mistake everywhere. But it's worked. But it, list is list. So now it works. Okay. So I want the first day of my list. I want the second, the third. So can you imagine? You don't use this technique. Okay. Let's say you don't use my technique. No, you don't use this. You want to create a record with the first day of the month. That's very, very easy. And then you want the second day. How you know? How you know that you want the second day? How you know that you want the day next? So what do you know? You need to say, the day before was the 1, so take the day before, and add 1, and add 1. But it's complicated. I have my list of days. I'd say, okay, the 4, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th. Same for my scheduling. Which guy I'm in. Oh, list of employees IDs. Okay. And I want, you want which? The 1, the 2, the 1, the 4, the first. You say the one you want. So this is why now the loop is very easy. I'm getting my counters. So I have counter. Each loop is a counter. So now I have 1. So, so I have 1, and I say, okay, I have the new record. The new record is based on the counter number 1, right? So I'm creating a new record. And here I have another good technique here that's very cool. So I create records, right? So you see, absolutely nothing is happening. When I say nothing is happening, is those creating variable like this will never ever make slow down everything. It will slow down absolutely nothing. They are variables. They run in memory, and I'm doing absolutely nothing. I'm just getting value of something existing. See, get value. I'm not doing anything. Everything is ready. Everything there. Everything is on the table. Remember everything on the table. And just what I'm doing here. Oh, get the value one. Get the first row of this list. Oh, the second row, or the third row, the fourth row. That's what I'm doing, right? I don't even have a set field. I don't need set field. Why do you need set field? Who needs set field? I don't need set field. I'm going here, and I have an auto entry calculation. Oh, it's there, you know. It's the current employee ID. Oh, okay. What is the scheduling? Oh, it's the current scheduling ID. Oh, okay. What is the date? Okay, I have an auto entry calculation. Oh, it's the current month day. Okay, that's it. It's it's very simple. I don't even have in my script. I don't even have a set field. Why? Because everything on the table, so everything there. Just I need to create and that's why I'm creating variable. I have the variable here. Okay, I'm not saying set field. Instead of saying set field with this, right? No, I'm creating a variable. Why? Why I'm doing this? There's a reason why. Because let's say, let's start again. Okay, so let's debug this. So debugging, bam, 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 bam. Now I'm here. Okay, so, and I want to debug it. Oh, where's the result of this? Let's say you don't have this technique. You don't use this technique. You don't set a variable, right? And then you have the auto entry calculation that will suck in the result of this variable, and you use instead you use set field with the calculation of this. Why is not cool? Because here the current month day, what it is, current month day. Oh, okay, this is my month day. I have the results of the calculation ready. If you don't do this, if you set a field, you need to go to watch. You need to go there, right? And you need to go to the date and pick up the date. I don't need that. I have everything here in my viewer. I have all my results. And for debugging purpose, it's terrific because I have everything there. So I can see when I have a problem. Most of the time, most of the time, yeah, I'm using, yeah. Most of the time, the problem we have on the loop, when you use a loop like this, when you use this technique of looping with a counter, most of the time you have two failures possible. Okay. First of all, your counter is like, there's a problem with the counter. But mostly it's because the value count, which is the value count is what will stop the loop. The value count is question mark, for example. So that means that means the end loop will never end. So when you have everything like this, when you have everything, exposed like this, you can see everything that is in use in my process is on my face here. Everything I need to know. The current employee, that's why I'm calling that current employee, current Monday, current scheduling. I can see and say, oh, why this is empty? Oh, why I have a question mark here? Oh, why I am in 2022 instead of I should have 2021. You can see the debugging things here, right? So before we land and we continue tomorrow, do we have any question?
We got one from Stu. I don't know if you grabbed this one. Can an auto entry calculation reference a local variable or only a global variable?
Yeah, a local and global and global. Yeah. Okay. Here, prove it that I'm not lying. I'm referencing local. Why? And most of the time, I'm telling you, which script to see, who is doing this. It helps to tell that, to say that. So a local, what we call local variable, is available at the time it is up. for example, a variable that is a local variable that is generated from the script is available of the time of the lifetime of the script. You know, so it's available anywhere in FileMaker. Here it's available anywhere. Here, auto entry calculation, and in their external data source, anywhere exports. Export things. When you want to export the name, it's available anywhere. It doesn't need to be a global. A global variable is when you want something to survive the end of the script, right? Something you want to keep there, survive the time your file will be up. Okay, so that's why you don't, and you don't want to pollute this, and you don't want to have a bunch of what's the name? You don't want to have a bunch of script that need to clean up the variable, the global variable, because the global variable will get there all the time, right? So you don't want to pollute your stuff. So yeah, you don't need all of those things. All of those things like I use here, they are local. Okay, I don't need to be global. I need that to survive the length of the script. After that, I can send them back, because the new record will happen during the execution of the script by the definition, because the script itself is saying the new request. And it's sometimes it's good, because you want to suck in, for example, the current employee ID only during that script, right? So yeah, so that's it. We do we have any other question? It would be nice if we could save the data viewer item by file. Oh, you mean by yeah? Oh yeah, you mean this? This, yeah. The problem is, okay, I explain you why it's not possible. Let's say you have one file on the server, and you have 10 developers. And I want my stuff, you want your stuff, you will see the stuff of everybody else. So that's why they never did it, because it should be by people. It should be by user, by the way. It should be by file. It should be by user on the. It should be by user on the file. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's not going to happen. So it's the original calendar is missing a value could create a problem. If the original calendar is missing a value could create a problem. I mean, skip a day. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. But if it's missing a day, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it will be a problem. But I don't want to miss a day here. I want the month, right? So each technique applies to something. But it will skip a day. Yeah, if I don't create. But if I, for example, in this example here, right? Because I'm going to show that the next time. But in this example, I wouldn't be if a day is missing, it will have say, let's say I don't want the Sunday and the Saturday in my calculation. Let's say I want to skip them. Just I have to skip them. It's easy. In my calculation here, I can just say I don't want the remove everything that is Sunday, Saturday, and it will be here. It will have say 1, 2, 3, and it will have say 7, 6, 7, 8. It would have skipped. So yeah, no, it will have skipped days, but because this here 1, 2, 3 is the result of this. This here is this. So if this is missing one day, I won't have a white space here. No, it will do the next day. That's it. I can do a demo next time, but you know what I mean, because this is not something. Look. Before we go, okay. So before we go, let's remove this and put big tag this. Okay. Let me delete this. Okay. And I want to change the month. I'm putting July. Okay. July starts on Thursday. Thursday 1st. Okay. And let's say April. It's the same. February. It starts on Monday 1st. Right? So this here is the results. This here is the results of the calendar. So if I go there, let's do something here. If I go there, I go there, and in my stuff here, I'm removing. I don't know. I'm going to remove. I can remove days or whatever. Let's say I want to remove one day. I want to remove that day. Okay, I want to remove that day. And don't know why it's so slow. Delete found record. So I'm deleting that day, right? So I don't have that day anymore. And I want to update my stuff. So to update stuff here is very easy. Just I need to do this. Remember, it's an auto entry calculation, right? But I just need to put my trigger and change something in my trigger, and it will, it will replace. Bam! I removed the day. So it just did it. So let me do another test here, because I want you to see that, because it's very cool. It is very cool. Let's say I want to remove that day. Okay, I remove this, and I want to remove the 22. Delete. So let's replace this. Look, everything where the 22 is here, right? Monday 22, replace. Bam. 21, 23. So I don't have a gap. See, I don't have a gap. So this is to show you that this technique of the values, nothing is hard-coded, right? Nothing is hard-coded. So you see, I don't have a gap. Yeah, I have a gap, but you can say, okay, I want to eliminate those. You can do whatever you want, right? So if this was hard-coded, and this here is using the same technique as get values, and after that we need to go, because it's 20. I can stay all day long. The day here, what I'm doing here is get the value of a list of value. So, and what is my list of value? My list of value is this. This is my list of value. So this here is an auto entry calculation that is doing absolutely nothing. That's why it's so fast. And this, I have my list of value, and I say, okay, the day one, okay, I'm getting the value of the first value, 2, 3. So the 22 is 24, because it's very, that's it, so it's, you generate the list of values, and then you show whatever you want. It's you can delete, remove, do whatever you want with the list of value.
I think we are nice and gold. Thank you very much, Nick. This is awesome.
Okay, no problem. Yes.
We're gonna play the closing music. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!